A.J. Hinch, Astros manager, joining me here on the show. And again, as you point out, okay, that we and I guess we need to keep on, shaping our conversation through the prism of how this is still technically the toy department, the sports world, right? Compared to other people's lives have been turned upside down. That said, emotions are very raw. Certainly in between the Astros and the Rangers, because you guys are playing in Florida and the Rangers were not up for swapping home dates with you and your team. How did you receive that news, and the rest of your players receive that news, AJ, that the Rangers were not?
We were in to paint the picture for you. We were in Anaheim for a 3-game series, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On Sunday, we didn't really know where we were going. We knew that there was a possibility of a couple different cities that we could go to play a neutral site. We also knew that Dallas was possible, to go to Arlington and either play the games there as a home team or play the game there as a visiting team. So we went to Dallas, and as sort of a holding pattern to see what was possible while all the conversations were going on about playing there. Once we were in the hotel, we had an off day on Monday. We got a mass text to basically be ready to get on the bus at 4 o'clock, and then we were flying to Tampa. So I know MLB worked with the Rangers and the Astros to try to find a kind of common ground on what's necessary. I think the emotions that came out of it were really just a release of just what's going on in our world, especially from our vantage point. Where we played, who we played, how often we played, the miles we had to travel, the hotels we had to change. Like, honestly, if you take a step back and look at it, it doesn't matter when you see videos of personal friends who are going into floodwaters to try to save friends. So I think it's important to keep it in proper perspective that, yes, there was a little bit of banter back and forth about what's right or what's wrong or where we should play. But I think everybody quickly shifted back to what's important, which is is your family safe? Are your friends safe? Are your fans safe? And let's understand that this is bigger than the game.
Did you speak with Lance McCullers? Because he was very vocal on Twitter about greed never takes off days, apparently, is what he tweeted once the Rangers made their decision that they didn't want to swap home dates with the Astros.
I didn't talk to Lance. He's on rehab. He's going to pitch in Double-A tonight. So I've texted back and forth with him a little bit, checking on his family. His wife's back in Houston by herself. So with all of our players, I've checked in to see, the whereabouts and how everybody's doing. Lance was very emotional about it. I think all of us, including myself, we're all misinformed. We have no idea what goes into these decisions that get to the commissioner's office, and ownership's involved, and GMs are involved, and the best interest of the game's involved. I mean, it's, again, I'm proud that we would defend ourselves. I have no problem with Lance, being emotional and being protective of our own. But on the same token, again, shift it back to not our emotions and not our reactions, but more importantly, what do we do to help Houston get back to being Houston? And when we spend our energy and our time and our money in that way, I think we'll feel better about it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.